All right, boys, you just won the lottery, $100,000 apiece. And your wife says you can use that money to buy a luxury SUV. What do you spend it on?
There is no doubt in my mind, Dave, that I would go and get this $98,000 Porsche Cayenne S, and I'd have $2K left over for gas.
I would get this Infiniti QX56 for $75,000 and actually have money left over for a proper vacation.
Actually, gas.
I think so, yeah, gas.
Now, you wouldn't think a Porsche would be good off-road. In fact, this one is beyond good. It's exceptional. That's because it has all-wheel drive, it has air suspension, 2 levels, and multiple locking differentials. What more could you want?
So today I will serve as your TFL car official referee to keep these two knuckleheads in line, because we know someone needs to keep them on the straight and narrow. But will they remember the most important criteria of this mashup? And that is, which car would their wives choose?
But if you look at this particular vehicle, it's not based on the old Armada. It's based on the Nissan Patrol, known throughout the world as being one of the toughest trucks in the world. So this one is the luxury version. It has a regular locking differential, can go off-road. Yes, it's kind of low with those tires, but you know what? It does really, really well on moderate off-road obstacles.
Now, this is the second generation of the Cayenne. It still shares a platform with the Volkswagen Touareg, but it's no longer the ugly duckling of the two. In fact, I think it looks elegant, smart, and athletic. Unlike that blob, which is kind of a cross between a Mack truck and a cheeseburger.
Okay, I'll admit that it's dripping a little bit with a slight overstyling, but it's a functional shape. It is a proper SUV that, yeah, it's not very pretty. But here, come here, look at this. Look at these, huh? Huh? Okay, I understand it's right off of Buick, I get it, and they're not even really functional. Okay, so it's not really that good looking, but it is still very functional.
Hey Nathan, don't forget to hold the ketchup.
All right, Nathan, I think you're missing the whole point of this mashup. Stay on topic here. It's not necessarily about style, it's about what your wife thinks.
That's a good point, and guess what? We're in the business end of the QX56. Not only is it cavernous, but it has a third row, a very big third row, that can automatically go up and down. Very cool.
All right, I get it. Nathan's tow's a lot more than this one. It is much more spacious, and probably it's a lot more luxurious. It's also ancient. The days of those dinosaurs are numbered. This car will still be desirable 5-10 years from now. That thing, that's gonna be a museum piece. Aha, now we're talking. I have not 1, not 2, but 3 levels of suspension, comfort, normal, sport. More importantly, I have 2 additional ride heights. I can raise it not 1, but 2 levels to give me plenty of ground clearance. And I have multiple differentials. The only thing I'm really missing are proper off-road tires. Otherwise, this Porsche Cayenne is a mountain goat.
I wish I could say this is a good old American V8, because it's not. It's obviously Japanese. But here's the interesting part about it. It is a 5.6 liter V8 that puts out 400 horsepower and, better yet, 413 pound-feet of torque. It is a proper V8 for a really, really, really heavy truck.
Now my engine only uses 4.8 liters to put out 400 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. But you know what? The real question, Nathan, you listening?
I'm listening.
And the one that the wife is going to care about is, what's your MPG?
Combined 16 miles per gallon.
That ain't good.
What is yours?
Shh. Doesn't matter. It's a sports car.
All right, Nathan, let's get down to it. How does the Infiniti compare to the Porsche when it comes to off-road capability?
they don't really compare. Let's be honest, folks. Both of these vehicles have really, really big wheels and really, really low sidewalls. They shouldn't even be off-road. The fact that they can do it pretty well is incredible. I mean, on this moderate off-road course we have here, it does very, very well. Now, in terms of cars that it competes with and trucks, pretty much whatever Lexus has, Mercedes, G-Series, you pretty much know what's out there, guys, right? I mean, we're talking the super expensive off-road vehicles that never go off-road.
All right, Roman, you are driving in luxury. This Porsche is amazing, but how does it compare to the Infiniti when it comes to off-road capability?
Honestly, they don't compare. I mean, this is head and shoulders above that car. It's smaller, it's lighter, it's taller when you jack up the suspension. It has a lot more differentials that you can lock. It's got, I think, a shorter breakover angle. It's just a much better car. The only way that that is better off-road is with the tires. Once again, this has high-performance street tires and off-road. That's not what you want to do.
But the question is, which vehicles compare to the Porsche?
You know, that's a good question because there are only a couple really. I'm thinking Jeep Cherokee, Grand Cherokee SRT 8. Perhaps it's Twin, the Volkswagen Touareg, the BMW X6. This is a very small and rarefied world. I mean, not a lot of people are going to pay $98,000 for an off-road car. And let's face it, for that you can get like 4 Wranglers, and each one of those will probably be better off-road, and you won't be terrified of scratching it because you've got a $98,000 car you're piloting through the great outdoors.
All right, boys, on the TFL car scale of buy it, rent it, lease it, or forget it, what is your verdict?
Okay, mine is lease it unless you have a horse trailer. If you have a horse trailer, buy it, otherwise lease it.
All right, mine is buy it because I absolutely love this car, but let's be real. This is for our wives, and that is a family car because you could spend $24,000 less and put the rest of the money in the kiddos' college tuition fund, and that's going to make the wife happy, not the Porsche.
Or you can give your wife that and get yourself a Jeep.
No.
On that note, for TFLcar.com, I'm Dave.
I'm Roman.
And I'm Nathan.
We'll see you next time.
So Dave, you thought that was slow? Look at this. This is worse. Seriously, I mean, all day long. They're going. That guy who's shooting in the background is going to have his clip completely exhausted before we're done.